Yeah, back again. Today we're gonna have a pretty much an open discussion about TP Metals and Dragon Ball X Universe 2. Everybody knows I've been playing X Universe 2 for a really long time. I have played it ever since it first came out. Just that I have not made a YouTube channel when the game first released because I wasn't interested in that during the time until later on, during around 2022, I was finally making content and stuff. Because, I knew I can bring the community really good, helpful videos and, interesting guides and builds and stuff. And have interesting fights with other people and, so on and so on, right? But let's get into the nitty gritty of this. So for TP Metals, right, everybody knows about the Super TP Metals. Servers are going to be, I think they already claimed that to say it's only going to be attainable by purchasing it. Which, if it's the case, I really hope they don't put pay to win items like Super Souls behind it, because if they do so, I feel like that's probably going to screw up their marketing, because there's already a whole shitload of busted Super Souls that are already behind paywalls, because it's a part of the game, right, and it's a part of the DLCs. I think personally what they should have done while making new DLCs, I think what should be in the DLCs is just new moves and whatnot. But the Super Souls that come with those DLCs should be free and attainable through the TP Metal shop, where TP Metals are attainable. And I feel like if you have DLCs, I feel like there should be a option where if you want to spend 200 TP Metals and again in the brand new moves, I feel like you should have every right to be obliged to instead of grinding it. But then again, personally, grinding for those grinding for the TP Metals for the moves, I think I personally prefer than where you have to grind to get the move from the Pelocrest itself versus that. But I feel like Super Souls and whatnot from the DLCs, I think they need to withdraw those Super Souls from those DLCs and make them free and attainable for the rest of the players who doesn't have money laying around for all the DLCs. Because currently to buy all the DLCs in this current day and era, you need at least $420. That's almost enough to buy a brand new PlayStation 5. To be completely dead ass honest with you. And, if someone who hasn't been with X Universe for, quite a while and haven't, been keeping up and, they've been behind, DLC after DLC, it's going to be quite hard for them to catch up with others because, they have to first purchase the DLC that people already had and then go on and on and on. Unless they buy the brand new DLC right there and then, which then they're missing out the other potential, moves and whatnot from the other DLCs. I think this consideration and open bias opinion should be practiced at least, because X Universe got a driving community full of players who are willing to pay for DLCs and whatnot to have new moves. But I think the one thing that really annoys us is that sometimes we have to be forced to pay, buy DLCs just to get a particular Super Soul because it's behind a paywall. So what I'm pretty much suggesting is withdraw all the Super Souls from the DLCs, all DLCs currently now, and have them free and attainable for X Universe players to obtain through the TP Metal shop, where they will be in the TP Metal shop and they will stay there permanently. No matter how many times the TP Metal shop refreshes and whatnot, they still be there. So people won't have to worry about, oh, it refreshed and now they can't get it. If that makes sense for y'all. Now, in regards of Super TP Metals, people are already speculating that, oh, we can use super TP medals to level up, and it'll be less per level. I really hope this ain't the case, because personally, I really like the new update about you can't buy TP medals anymore, and you can't use that shit to level up immediately or to buy out every fucking thing. And the TP medal, you actually have to work for it. That's what I really like about it. And I think they really should keep that, to be honest. Not to be an absolute dick, but it's just that I'm so sick and tired of seeing content creators flash their money without even having to work towards getting their levels and just do that shit. Like, it's so abundant. It also encouraged a unhealthy, lazy boy community where for the solution of everything, they just flash money at the screen and then boom, they got what they wanted. Now, for what I think Super TP Metal should be used for, I think they should be just used for, really rare clothing, customizable clothing to be exact. I think that's what they should be intended for, and nothing else besides that. Maybe if you want, those flipping mascots or, unique clothing gifts that you could give your mentors, maybe they could have Super TP medals for that. But let's just hope they don't use it for, like, pay to win Super Souls or whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much the open response I have for, like, TP medals and Super TP medals going forward as the X Universe player. I think a lot of people will agree with this, because it's just, the one thing we don't want to see again is some absolutely broken, absurd Super Soul that everybody could easily attain if they just had money for the DLC. Which is honestly really fucking annoying. Because currently, in the United States, it's a fucking inflation crisis after inflation crisis. Everything is hard to get nowadays. But, Anyway, that's all for this video. Goodbye.